Yeah, what other people was good. Today, 9th of January 2020. So today I'll be talking about the points, the summary of the nation address that was given by President Donald Trump of the United States of America this morning about what is he has got to say about the retaliation of Iran on the United States military bases in Iraq and the destruction of some of the facilities and some of the rumored or allegedly killed soldiers. So the first thing uh, that President Donald Trump said this morning was that no American soldier or citizen was killed in the Iran attack. I mean, the Iran retaliation of launching missiles into Iraq to attack the United States military bases. He asserted that no soldier of the United States was was killed, and no citizen at all was armed in the attack. And another thing was that he said even though some people actually suffered little casualties and some damages, but no one was killed, like no life was lost. Well, even though I doubt that, but I don't have anything to. There's no evidence to show that the attack seems to be, based on on the videos that we've been seeing on all over the social media, it shows that the attack is really really a terrible one. Probably like more than 10 missiles were launched by Iran into United States military, U.S. military bases in Iraq. So the third thing, apart from the casualties and damage, which is said to be minimal, is that United States, the president of the United States, President Donald Trump, said that as far he said, and I quote, as far as he remains the president of the United States of America, he will not allow Iran to have nuclear weapon. And there was a nuclear weapon deal that was signed between United States government and Iran back then in 2013. And Iran was also given a sum of 150 billion US dollars, just to support them with their economy and shit like that, despite some of a bit of sanctions that has been on them before. So when Trump came, I think back then in 2017, Trump dissolved the in 2017 Trump dissolved the the nuclear weapon deal that United States had with Iran. Even though after United Nations has banned any any country from having nuclear weapon, I see no reason why USA should be in possession of nuclear weapon, even talk less of them licensing nuclear weapon to someone else. And if you don't know the capacity or the damages that nuclear weapon can cause, USA used this nuclear weapon on Germany in the Second World War, and just with two nuclear weapon that was dropped, just a car size, not even up to the size of a car, just little nuclear weapon that was dropped, just two bombs, nuclear bombs that was dropped in Japan. It killed over 200,000 people. Over 200,000 people within minutes. That takes maybe like 10 shots to wipe out the whole world. With 10 shots, and those are actually the small ones. Bigger ones have actually been developed. Only Russia and USA are in possession of that. But aside from that, so Trump insisted that one of the things that is actually causing the camaraderie and the conflicts between Iran and USA was the fact that Donald Trump dissolved the nuclear weapon deal between USA and Iran. And another thing was that this this nuclear weapon thing, it was Israel, which is actually number one Iran enemy, that is like the watch over, or let me say like the police dog over nuclear weapon. He is the one that usually sees someone developing Israel is the one that usually see, oh, someone is developing a nuclear weapon there, they will go there, they will bomb there, or they will try to destabilize that development of nuclear weapon or something like that. It is a dangerous weapon, and nobody should be in possession of it. Even though Israel is being said to have possessed some of it as well, they usually deny it, and they never acknowledge that they have. And even though a a social media presenter or social media personality actually interviewed one of the Israeli ministers, and out of the interview, the man couldn't prove beyond reasonable doubt, even though the guy was poking the Israeli minister, and the guy couldn't be able to prove that Israel actually has them. So the man was trying to say, this is just for self-defense and shit like that. So the fourth thing that's been said was that Trump said, or let me say he alleged. So whether it is true or not, I can't say. Trump alleged that Soleimani was planning another attack on U.S. targets with the leader of Hezbollah. Hezbollah is another Islamic force, and it is one of the forces in which United States target or the as named or as niched or nicked as terrorists. So Hezbollah is also like the Quds Force, or the Iran Guard Corps, in which the murdered Soleimani, or the killed Soleimani, or assassinated, whichever you want to call it, is their leader. So Trump alleged that Soleimani was planning another attack. So they said, okay, listen to this carefully. Trump said Soleimani was planning another attack. He was planning another attack, and they got intelligence report from Israel. The same thing applied to what happened during the in 2018 as well. Israel Trump alleged that Israel gave them intelligence reports that everything is coming from Israel. They are the one influencing Trump. I hope Trump don't sacrifice his own nation, United States of America, all in the name of protecting Israel. That's number one. And secondly, back to what I was discussing about. Trump alleged that Soleimani was planning another attack on U.S. targets, right? Based on reports, you have no evidence. You have no evidence for it. There is no proof beyond reasonable doubt for that. So you went ahead and killed the person, even though they are in Iraq, and you have USA have some power over Iraq as well. So I don't want to go into that. That is kind of a little bit complicated, but I don't think they have the right to just go ahead and kill the man, just by alleging that he's just by alleging that Soleimani is planning some terrorist attack. And in during this nation address, Trump said that the IRGC, led by Soleimani, has been responsible for a lot of terrorist attacks in the world, in the Middle East, and on a lot of American facilities as well. So the fifth thing that Donald Trump said, sorry for digressing into this. Actually, this is supposed to be a summary, but I'm just trying to buttress some things as well. The fifth thing that Donald Trump said was that Donald Trump said there is going to be more economic sanctions on Iran. Yes, he said there is going to be more economic sanctions on Iran, and which means that this kind of sanction is that Iran, like they will be influencing a lot of other countries that might be doing business with Iran. They will be influencing them not to deal with them, and anybody who try to have any business with them, they will be punishing that kind of country. So that's the sanction, and this was actually the reason why Iran has actually been reacting and trying to deter and destroy US economy by allegedly shooting down their drones, destroying their ships, doing all these things so as to hurt America too economically, because America is hurting them economically as well. And Iran seems isolated due to United States action. So all these sanctions has actually inflicted a lot of economic pains on Iran, and Iran had to increase the fuel pump price of fuel or petroleum or gasoline, whatever you might call it, in Iran. And the people of Iran protested against this. Trump and a lot of United States officials as well, they supported the people by saying no, they should like they should topple that government, they should find a way of removing that leader, which is Ayatollah Al Khamenei. They should look for a way to remove that leader. He's not the right person for them. I think that is probably the intention of the United States of America and the President Donald Trump, so that they can. I think maybe just from the look of things. I don't know. I don't know. Just from the look of things that uh what's the name of these people? That's Ayatollah, which is the supreme leader or what, like the president of Iran. The guy should be removed. They probably inflicted that pain on the country so that the people would go out of control against the leader. And what they don't know is that these people, they are more passionate about their belief, seeing that something. And one of the mistakes that I think Trump has made was actually christening himself and showing himself to be protecting the Christian against the Muslims. And that's one of the mistake he has made. If he's trying to if he was actually trying to plan that, if he was trying to manipulate the people of Iran to go against their government, he has played this wrong, because he was showing himself as someone that is defending the Christian against the Muslims. There are a lot of videos where Trump is actually saying that Muslims don't like us, so we have to fight them, we have to do this. So people will have to set aside their anger. People will forget their hunger, people will forget the pains and the economic pains they are going through, to make sure that the government is able to concentrate and defeat their enemy, who is against their belief. So, well, the sixth thing was that Obama's administration, I think I've said this before, that Obama's administration was the one who signed a deal with Iran and helped them in developing nuclear weapon. They have started developing the nuclear weapon, but they have to dismantle it since Trump came and he ordered for the liquefaction of the deal, even though Iran as well was given $150 billion. Truly, they were given $150 billion. And Trump alleged that, or accused Iran that they were using the money given to them by USA to fund terrorism against USA as well. So the seventh thing, and no, before I go to the seventh one, was that about the $150 billion that Trump alleged that the United States government gave to Iran, was that Trump said the people of Iran were chanting "Death to America, death to America" on the same day that the $150 billion was assigned to them by the Obama-led administration. I don't know how true that was actually, but I'm still going to do more research on that, and I'm going to give you guys more updates on that as well. So the seventh thing was that Iran was funding terrorism with it's actually the same thing. Let me say that was actually the same thing, that Iran was funding terrorism with the same money that they got from America, right? So the eighth thing was that Trump, in the in the in the nation address that Trump altered, or that he gave this money, the eighth thing that he talked about was that Trump called on United Kingdom, France, Germany, China, and Russia, I mean the world powers, to work together in making the world a better place and making sure that they curb the excesses of Iran. And let me tell you how the structure of this thing is going. Russia, Russia, China, Iran, they are in the same clique. There's trade war between Russia and China. There is military war. I mean, military supremacy. I'm greater, you are greater. USA is not feeling secured with Russia being in possession of a lot of nuclear weapons. The same thing applies to Russia as well. China is trying to China is taking a lot of businesses from USA, and they are not ready to return it as well. And economically, they are growing in powers based on a lot of things that they have derived from USA, either legally or illegally. So that's aside. So UK, France, Germany, and USA, they are also on another side. So the point is that it's not going to be a landslide win for USA this time around. That's why. And with this thing that has happened, with what Trump actually said in this in this address of this media address, or the nation address, when the Trump was addressing the dignitaries this morning, it shows that with this thing, probably, Iran is like is a big fighter. So Iran might cease fire right now on US military bases, right? And they will still be sending their allies, which are the likes of the Hezbollah and the Quds forces, IRGC, the Iranian, uh, the Iran Corps, or how they used to call this. What was the full meaning of this IRGC? I forgot it already. I forgot it. IRGC, Well, and that was the group that Soleimani was leading, right? So the Quds Force and what's the name? They are being named as terrorist groups. But the people who own them, or the people who influence them, or the people who actually establish them, actually, which are the Iranian people, they are not going to name them as terrorists. But since the word is seen, that's what I'm telling USA is that. What I'm telling USA is that you said they are terrorists, right? Iran said they are not terrorists. So if you say some terrorists attack you, they will be claiming that terrorists actually attack you. It's not the people from Iran that attacked you. But let's leave that aside. Probably of the shipping of petroleum and oil from Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and some other countries who usually sell oil to America will probably not be successful anymore. Why? Because the people of Iran and the Iranian forces, in Iran, Iran shot down allegedly shot down two drones of the United States of America, and they burnt down four ships as well, as a retaliation of the sanctions that USA put them on. And now that USA has shown that they are an enemy to them, they will probably crash down all USA economic activity that is going on in the Middle East, most especially under this Trump's administration. Is going to bring that, the Iranian people are going to bring that down. That one is sure. There's nothing Trump can do about that. Whether there is world war, whether there is no world war, whether they settle it, whether they don't settle it, because what they have just done, what Trump has done, which is the killing of Soleimani, it is almost tantamount to killing their whole president. Like killing their whole president and the war leader, someone like Soleimani is alive. But now you kill the whole general of the whole Iran. So, and the president is alive. What do you think he's going to do? And he is one of the most trusted allies of Hayatollah, which is the supreme leader of Iran. So, what do you think he's going to do? All the economic relationship or businesses that is going to be happening between between Saudi Arabia, uh, Qatar, Jordan, these people as well, Jordan, United Arab Emirates. I want to remember another country, Qatar. Just those countries who sell oil to USA. Iran is going to make sure that they bring everything down. They are going to be crashing their ships, shooting down their drones. A lot of terrors that they are going to be unleashing on America things. So, um, going to the ninth thing that Trump talked about, he said that there's going to be no apologies to Iran, that that they won't tolerate any form of terrorism, and Trump actually showed his own fear. How did he show his own fear? I mean, his own cowardness. I'm not saying Trump is a coward. Trump is actually brave, but even though killing someone unjustly, I can't say he killed it unjustly or not, unless they go to the International Criminal Court or World Court or something like that. So where Trump actually showed his own fear was that he said USA is now energy independent. What he was discussing about was Iran, nuclear weapon, unleashing terror, the money they gave to them, how they turned out to be an ingrate, how they were terrorizing the world, how they were terrorizing the Middle East. All those things had nothing to do with energy independence in energy independence of America or America. So Trump started saying, I mean, this is the ninth thing that Trump actually said in the during the nation address. Trump started saying, United States of America is now energy independent. Is now an energy independent state, and they can sustain their energy production by themselves. And United States is the is the largest producer of petroleum in the world. You know that is a blatant bomboclat lie. And they buy most of their oils from Arab countries. Hmm? So buy most of their oils from Arab countries, and so saying that so saying that USA is independent is a lie. So he's just trying to show Iran that we are independent. So there's nothing shooting down our drones, shooting down our ships. It's not going to affect us economically because, and he know that it's going to affect them economically. That is actually his fear. Hmm? That is actually his fear. And now he has the only way out is for Trump to duly apologize. I'm not gonna lie. If Trump can apologize and make peace with Iran, actually Trump said that yes, and this is the 10th thing that before I go to that, Trump also said that we have acquired, before the attack of United States, or before the Iran attack or the Iran retaliation on the United States military bases or bases in Iraq. Trump actually said it on Twitter that they have acquired weapons a with almost $2 trillion in just recent months or recent years. Yes, he said in recent years that they have acquired weapons worth of $2 trillion, that they are going to be unleashing it on Iran. Now Iran has retaliated. Trump is not doing anything. That is it. Trump is actually lying to show that USA is not defeated. That's number one. And secondly, he is lying to show that even if Iran attack them, they are not going to suffer economically, which we know that with the statistics of things and with the look of things, they are going to suffer economically. Hmm? Which shows that if Trump, all Iran just need right now is just an excuse to launch more attacks on anything that has to do with USA. And Iran already, they have nothing to lose. They don't have any military base in another country. They don't have any wahala in another country. They don't have anything to lose in another country. It's only USA that is buying oil from another country. They have a lot of technologies that they need oil to sustain. Iran, that's why they used to say don't fight with pigs. Iran have nothing to lose. Hmm? Iran will be spoiling a lot of things about America. I mean, that has to do with America. They are spoiling their economic activities and disturbing it. Hmm? So they will only have option of apologizing or not. And if Trump dare invade Iran, Russia and China, they will descend on USA. Israel, UK, France, Germany, they will support what's the name as well, the likes of Turkey and others, the likes of Yemen, Palestine. They will support. They are going to support Iran, and probably Iraq is probably going to betray USA. And majority of and the likes of all the Philippines and you know Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, They are going to, Vietnam also have very strong military power. They are going to support them as well. And most African countries right now, I can say 80% of the whole African countries, they are going to support. They are going to support Iran, not because they like Iran, not because they like anything about Iran, because Iran is, you know, a lot of Muslim presidents in Africa are actually anti-Persia. But the fact is that China is controlling almost all of them. They are all like China puppets now. Puppets now. I'm actually from Africa, so I know what I'm talking about. So, the U.S. Army, he said that the U.S. Army has built a stronger. They have built a stronger strength. They are now stronger than before and shit like that. And finally, the final thing that Trump said, no, before the final thing, he said another thing, which is the 12th thing, was that he said even though USA have all these weapons, but the fact is that they are not ready to use it. It's not that they want to use it, but they only have all those weapons, and they are ready to unleash it on anyone who try or dare to disturb the peace of America or try to hurt America or its citizens. So the last thing President Donald Trump said was about he said that United States is ready to make peace with anyone who seek for peace. He said he's ready to make peace. That means he's looking for settlements. And like I said yesterday in one of my previous videos, you can check it on my channel, that Trump actually sent a diplomatic message through Switzerland to, they don't communicate directly. Since Trump has been sworn in, Iran and USA don't communicate directly, so they communicate through Switzerland and one other country that like that. So they sent diplomatic message to Iran, so Iran negates that they are not going to take that. So what's the name as well? So that is like another diplomatic message sending it to them, or else, as from now on, USA won't be able to peacefully ship oil from Arabian countries or every country that have anything to do with the Arabian Gulf or the Mediterranean Sea. They won't be able to transport their oil from Mediterranean Sea again. So their only option is to come through the Atlantic or Pacific and come to Africa to buy oil. More money for Nigerians. More money. Where you go pay? So more money for African. So that's all the President of the United States of America has been able to say in his nation address this morning. So make sure you like this video, comment, and drop your views about what is going on between Iran and America. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification button to know when I update a new video like this. Thank you.